Hi guys, I'm Andy. Welcome back to Backpacking UK. Hiking, backpacking and wild camping your thing. Please hit that subscribe button because that's what this channel's all about. Right, today I'll be reviewing my Garmin Fenix 6 Pro watch. This is a fantastic GPS watch from Garmin. I've had a few GPS watches in my time, but this GPS watch is on another level. Now, I bought this watch last year in the Black Friday sales, so I've owned it for a year. I wear it every single day. I use it for walking, hiking, cycling. I use it for multi-sports basically. Yeah, just can't fault it. It's so good. Has so many features. So the Fenix 6 Pro comes in three variations. The standard, which is the one I'll review today, the sapphire one, and then the solar one. And to complicate things even more, they also do three different sized watch faces. So the 42mm one, which is the one I've got, which is also known as the Fenix 6S. You've got a 48mm version and a 51mm version too. But for the purposes of this review, really doesn't matter. They're all the same. I think the only difference really is the size of the screen and the battery life. So I've been out today to do a run, a walk and a cycle, just to show you the stats and the sort of features of the watch. Right, let's go for a quick run. Right, so I'm just going to go for a run. This is my winter running gear. It's 3 degrees. With the wind chill, it's actually 0. I don't usually go running like this. But what I'll do, I'll just show you some of the features. I'll show you the updates it gives you whilst you're running and how I use the heart rate bands training for running. Right, so I'm just going to get this Garmin watch prepped for running. Click it once. It's on run already. Now, this indicator will slowly go up till it all goes green. That means GPS is ready to use. Right, so I've got GPS full signal now. That's my resting heart rate. All I've got to do, hit the start button and off we go. Right, let's get going. Okay, so here we are halfway through. That's 5k, 3.1 miles, 24 minutes, 40 seconds. Heart rate's 170. Crept up a bit because I'm on an incline. Pace is usually sort of 5-minute Ks. So let's get cracking. So these screens are fully customisable. These are my screens, so this is my standard screen. The distance there is in miles. This is another screen with laps and lap times with my lap pace. At the top, heart rate 161 beats per minute. In the amber, which is like tempo, I've got time of day. I've got my route on there, and if you load up TCX files, it will actually give you turn by turn directions, so it's impossible to get lost. Back to the start, and already my heart rate's dropped. Okay, that's the run finished. Let's get it loaded. Little summary of what I've done. So now I can delve into my training stats. Part of my summary also gives me the calories that I've burnt. These are my heart rate stats, so average heart rate. That's a pretty big peak heart rate for me. Bit of an effort up an incline there. Gives me my cadence, so how I'm running, ascent and descent too. So this says I'm increasing my aerobic fitness, but at the same time I'm not pushing myself too far. This is time spent in heart rate zones, so basically quite a relatively easy run. Most of my time was spent at sort of like a tempo pace. This gives me my lap times. This is in kilometres, so started off just under 5-minute Ks and then got a little bit slower. The 5:42 was obviously because I was messing around doing a YouTube video. So this is a map of the route. I just did 2 laps around where I live. This is the elevation profile. I live close to the fens, so it's not exactly hilly round here. Right, let's go for a walk. Ta-da! This is the little walking route we did with Laura and Evie today. Right, let's go for a cycle. So here we are, testing out the Garmin watch, doing a bit of mountain biking just to finish it off. That'll be running, walking and cycling. Hopefully you'll see this is a cracking multi-sport watch. It really, really is. It's really accurate. Downhill's the best bit. Oh gosh. Oh, I need an action cam. And that's a summary of the ride. A little bit of anaerobic training going up the hill there. 72 hours recovery time. So there's 3 versions of the non-pro version, 3 versions of the pro version, then you've got the sapphire one, then you've got the solar version. I'll stick all the links to all these versions in the description, so check that out. So this is the Garmin Connect app. This is where you'll find all of your activities, so the ones that I've recently done here. Also, you need the Garmin Express app. This is where you load music on, put your apps on your device, and also how you install your updates too. So this is the Garmin Fenix 6S Pro. You can tell this is the Pro version because it's got the black bezel around it. Like I said, this is the 42mm version. This is the 6S, which basically just means it's the small. There's also 47, 51mm. Now, there isn't much difference in price. They all retail at £599. However, you can get these in the sale now for as little as £400 in some places, which is absolutely brilliant. So this is the standard face with their Connect IQ store. You can buy lots of different clock faces. I've just kept the standard one because it's got the battery life 9 days, which genuinely does last 9 days. Also gives me my heart rate, so it's constantly monitoring that too. So if you want to do an activity, you literally press this button here. You can choose what activities you would like to do. You can even add more activities as well. There's absolutely loads to choose from. You've got navigate, points of interest around me. You've got your courses, so I've loaded some courses in here, things like cat bells, Glidavour, Helvellyn, you know, there's all sorts of stuff on here, Kinder Scout. So lots of courses. If you choose one of these, say you can have a look at the map first, and there it is in the Lake District. Now the benefit of having a map rather than just pressing the start button, you get to see what's in front of you. So not just the elevation in front of you and the distance in front of you. A little watch check for you. So we've done 1,000 meters, probably about just under 3,500 feet of elevation. But if you download the TCX files, it will also give you turn-by-turn navigation. Now, this watch uses really quite sophisticated technology. It's really accurate heart rate monitor, this is, but it also has pulse ox sensors, so it can sense the oxygen within your blood, which is quite amazing. This is just a little charging point. I just charge it with a USB charger. So I'll just quickly show you into the main menu. So we've got the weather, 3 degrees. We've got sunrise and sunset. We've got compass. We've got current fitness levels. This is set to cycling. And if we click into it, it will basically give you a VO2 max, which is a sort of sign of fitness. Gives you your last activity, and if you click into that, summary of the activity will come up. This is the amount of steps I've done today, and on the right side it also gives you a target step count too. This is my current BPM. It also gives you a stress score and a body battery score. Obviously I've done a lot today, so I need some rest and recovery. Up here we've got a light, and then if you hold it in, you've got one of the menus. So it's got a really good power manager system on here, so you can make it last as long as possible. You can access your music, your wallet like Garmin Pay, timers, alarms, save location. You've got all sorts of little clever things up here. You can actually turn the whole watch off up here too. This is the little back button here. Again, if we hold this in, you've got all the settings. Again, loads of different watch faces, clocks, history, activities and apps. There's absolutely tons of widgets and apps. Just go to the Connect IQ store, tons on there. Controls, watch face, sensors. I've also used this with a proper heart rate monitor that actually goes around your chest. It is a little bit more accurate, I've got to say. But you can also have your sensors like for your bike, maps, music. You can actually store music on here. Otherwise, you can also use things like Spotify and Deezer as well. I link in my Bluetooth headphones on here. Again, if you hold this, it just goes straight to your music there. If you're using it for training, it will give you body battery, it will give you your recovery. You'll get alerts like the middle of next day saying, oh, because you've had an easy morning, you're recovering quicker. It's really clever. It can track your hydration, all sorts of performance matrix. It's got Pace Pro, which is fantastic for running. You've got Climb Pro, which is fantastic if you're into your hiking. But I've got to say, one good thing about this, I had a Garmin 645 Music before this, and it would take forever to try and find GPS signal. Now, this is where this watch is in a different league, and a different league to a lot of other GPS watches. It will find the GPS signal really quick. It does help if you're outside, but it really does fire up outside quick. It just means you're not hanging around. You can get started straight away. But let's not forget, this is also a smartwatch as well. So if you've got your Bluetooth on your phone, this is set up, linked to your phone. Your text messages will pop up here so you can see them. It's got a cracking safety feature too, where if there's a sudden stop for any reason, it will make a contact with your safety number within the phone. If you're into your Strava, it will give you Strava Live segments. I've got this linked to my phone and to my Wi-Fi. So when I finish an activity, it will automatically load onto Garmin Connect and then automatically, once again, put my activity straight onto Strava. Now, when I create maps, I tend to use Strava. It's really easy getting them off Strava onto this watch. It's really nice and simple, not too hard at all. And they're accurate too. You don't get lost halfway, they just keep on going. So I hope you got something out of this Garmin Fenix 6 Pro GPS watch review. Check out my other videos. Hope to see you hiking soon. Cheers.